Okay, so welcome to part 4 of Stars of Akarios, the playthrough on TableTop Simulator, although Tabletopia was used last last game to be able to play it. So we've come to the, we got the part we needed to warp the to get the warp engines working. So Greece is currently on those, and we've got end of the line is the objective we're now on. Just to show you a couple of things, I increased my pilot level by 1 to get to minus to get halfway to getting rid of the -2 card from my deck. So I'm really going down that route of trying to sort out the what am I trying to say? To sort out the cards. I'm trying to make that deck as strong as possible. Also, what else happened? Let's have a look. So, also what happened was, oh yeah, the Sparrow gained 4 energy supply, sorry, and we go to scenario 9. So if we go up to here, we went back up to 8 from 4. So our supply's gone up, and I've set this all up ready to get going with scenario 9. The adrenaline is still rushing through your veins as you dock back at the Sparrow. The other pilots shakily clamber out of their cockpits, each of them looking as dazed as you feel. Everything you've been through today starts to hit you. The training, the attack, Medalia's destruction, and now zombies on Shosek. You breathe slowly and start to calm down a little as you clean up. Aches and pains make themselves known across your body as the adrenaline fades gradually away. Any thought of rest or recuperation is suddenly pushed from your mind as alarm lights begin to pulse and emergency klaxons cry out. Your brain tells you to move while your body yearns to collapse. Sol dashes for the bridge and the pilots sprint for the hangar. Captain Soma's voice is heard across the ship. All pilots, get back to your fighters immediately and scramble. This is a red alert. Hostile ships within firing range. The Sparrow is immobile. And while Greece's team get that warp engine online, we're vulnerable. Engage immediately. This is the day from hell. Okay, so defend the Sparrow for 4 rounds while Greece gets the warp engine. The Sparrow starts with 8 health per pilot, and after round 4 we move on to story 2. Oh, so it's oh no, love it. It's not the end. It's a continuation, which is always really quite cool. So now, if you notice, it's going to be quite tough because we've got one of those synthetic fighters again, but now we've got the synthetic cruisers. Now, this is one of the mistakes I made in a previous scenario, is I didn't check this well enough, and I should have had a different type of enemy when I was trying to escort the Sparrow out of the system. So that was wrong, and there's a few little mistakes I've done as well. So let's go back onto the board. So I've put 8 health onto the Sparrow at turn 1. We've got 1 synthetic fighter and 2 of these cruisers. So let's go and have a little closer look at these. So if you remember the synthetic fighter, it had 6 hull and 2 shields with an attack of 2. But the cruiser has got 8 hull, 4 shields, and a base attack of 3. And also, if you see these symbols which match these symbols up on the enemy card, it means they're immune to these things. So you cannot stun it, and unfortunately, you cannot target lock it, which is really bad. And there's 2 of those as well. Oof. Okay. So we've got it all set up here as suggested. We've got a nebula, which when you move into it, you start losing shield, and asteroids, when you start moving into it, you lose hit hull points. Now, going on to hull points, the other thing, I was always rolling 5 dice, which is correct, but a couple of things I missed out while playing solo. Number 1, you get +2 hull point, so I should be on 8 hull each round, and also I should have the pilot skill from the start, the level 1 pilot skill, which is self-sacrifice. Now, this is not the strongest solo card for the pilot because effectively it's infinite number of targets at range 4. So you can basically give everyone this ability. Now this ability, if we go back over here, and what I've done is I've just cloned this sheet, so I can see what all these do. But it's bolster, and you get one of these ×2 modifier cards and put it in your deck for this. I think it's for this scenario. No, remove when drawn. I'm pretty sure you have to remove it at the end of the scenario. I'm almost 100% sure of that. Now I can place anywhere around here and put in any orientation, so we'll have to think about that. I've also got the AI decks for each of the ones, for the synthetic fighters and for the new cruisers, so that's going to be interesting. And we've got the last 4 rounds. So yeah, there's a few changes there. I've got all of my stuff now, so I've got target lock, which is only going against synthetic fighter, which to be honest, I don't know, which is what I was thinking about going for anyway. The other thing is when you flip a card to ignore the damage that you do to the hull, you cannot use these. You cannot use any tech or abilities. You have to use your weapons or your engines, which to be honest makes complete sense because they're your fundamental systems that are in place. This symbol here with the stress, with the hand in it, it shouldn't be there basically. In this game, and I need to remember this, if you cannot complete a movement by its full amount, you take 1 stress. Okay, so that's really important. AI don't. AI just keep moving until they can get to it. This was choose one of these and increase its supply by 1. So when you do the basic repairs, you get repair 3 hull, -2 stress. And yes, when you go past, and I just saw this from the rulebook, when you go back past a milestone, you find the stress miss card from here, take it out. So what that means is if you go past that milestone again, you'll add it into your deck. So there's a few little clarifications of some things that I got wrong, but we'll endeavour to get it right from now on. It didn't mar the fun I had while playing the game, and hopefully that came through in the videos. But yeah, we'll see how we play from now on. So that's all set up. We're all ready to go. I've got to decide where I want to deploy. Now I've got to really think about this because it's only got 8 health and needs attack with 3 base. They're going to be extremely hard to take out. So in complete honestness, I think I've got to take out the synthetic fighter first of all. Just take that out and get rid of it ASAP. I can target lock it, which is great. I've got a targeting computer, which can help with my basic action. So maybe when these two get closer together, I might be able to start hitting them on myself. I've got the ×2 self-sacrifice, which I'll probably do straight off the bat, to be honest. Just to give me that extra ×2 modifier card with bolster. So I'm going to start here, which means I've got a clear run, straightforward 3, get into here to be able to effectively, well, potentially I could do, because it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I can get behind him, get the advantage, and really try to pound on him twice. So if I can get 2 moves and 4 attack, oh, I can't, come on. Obviously I can't get that many. Yeah. Well, to be honest, if I get two move, and then I could use this to give him the disadvantage and give him attack him anyway, and then I can use this just with 1 dice and just do another attack because I'll be advantaged. Although I'm going to do that anyway with target lock. So yeah, no, forget that. Well, it depends what I roll, right? Let's see what we roll. This is all semantics. And by the way, you reset your stress at the start of each space battle, space scenario as well. So a few things which didn't help me. Oh, that could be perfect. All right, nearly is. It nearly is perfect. It is perfect to go round the back, but there's no point. I've got target lock. Just use target lock. And then I won't be so far away. So yeah, we're definitely going to be able to do this. So we're going to move forward 3 first of all. And I don't know what A is yet, by the way. Then we're going to use target lock. Onto that. Onto this one. Oh, so I need to denote that. Target lock. And the point being, just check this sometimes because it says anytime a player attacks regardless what direction from, remove at the end of their next action phase. So it's going to keep target lock until the end of their phase. I don't think it really matters anyway, but we're basically going to have the advantage. So we've got the one attack, which is fine. What? I think I might do this to do this. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend my this dice to put on here, use up a supply, and this is going to bolster. Now I do self-sacrifice. I do lose a hull, as it says here on the effects, but I'm going to get bolster. So I grab one of these cards, put that into my modifier deck, give that a shuffle. So hopefully this could be really, really strong. Now I want to give them the disadvantage, so we're going to go 1 and 2 into here to use my Proton Blast. Obviously plenty of range. There's only 2 away, so that's absolutely fine. With advantage, here we go. Let's start our Escort. Oh, and there it is. ×2. So we get rid of it as soon as we draw it. But that's going to be 4 damage straight off the bat onto here. So bye-bye shields and bye-bye 2 health. Nice. Happy about that. Right, and then we're going to spend 1 cube into here. And we're going to get to do 1 plus 1. That's all I can ask for. And get rid of the -2. I love it. I absolutely love it. That's 2 more damage. I couldn't ask for much better than that. Only 2 health left with disadvantage. Oh yeah, good point. Not only is he target locked now, he's also radar jammed. Sweet. I'm pleased with that. I mean, it's there you go now. We're going to see how bad that could be right now. So we're going to go with right. It used to be you go with the strongest enemies first. Let's have a little look at this and see if that's still the case. I can't remember what it said. So pilot action. Oh, pilot action. No, it's after this. So enemy action, enemy action, enemy action, enemy action, enemy action. Right. Draw a card from the enemy corner. Determine. Enemy ships of the same type will perform actions listed on the command count. Begin with the enemy type who has the highest starting hull. There we go. With elites starting first. So that tells you how we're going to do it. So if we go up to here, these are by far the strongest. So we're going to start with number 1 of the cruiser. So let's see what both cruisers are going to do first of all. Now I made a suggestion that this gets put up above the movement and the attack card, so that you read this above. And then when it triggers one of these, you read it below it. I just think it makes a bit more sense. Now they've got hack. That means that I'm going to be taking a stress, if I remember rightly. So first of all, let's start with now. It didn't actually say, although I'm pretty damn. Yeah, it doesn't say here that the Sparrow counts as a ship for enemy purposes, but it certainly is. Oh. It must be, right? Well, it doesn't state it. Now, I just looked at... whoops, I didn't want to move that. I just looked ahead, and it does say, Synthetic Titan only targets the Sparrow. Attacks still affect other ships other than the Star. No. You can attack Sparrow. Surely, if I'm trying to defend the Sparrow, then it can attack Sparrow. So, number 1 is going to attack first. So, it's going to move... It's going to stay in the direction it is, because it is in the... Oops. Why is that doing that? No idea. No idea why it's doing that. Anyway, whatever. So it's going to stay in this direction, so it's going to go to here, to here. Now, if we have a look, this is a bit of a different card. If you read this, it says range 4 targets. So... So it didn't attack, obviously, so then it moved. Now it rotates, and then it attacks. Now it's going to stay in this direction, because it is forward-facing still. And now you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 away. So the Sparrow is 4 away from the cruiser. I'm further than 4, so I won't be targeted. If I was, I would have been. Now it doesn't take stress, so ooh. Now the enemies take damage instead of stress, or something like that. Oh, I see. This is what I need to find out about stress. About enemies giving me stress. It was somewhere. It might be on here actually. So increase. Here we go. Enemy, add 1 stress miscard to the enemy modifier deck. So I'm going to say that hack doesn't do anything to the Sparrow. Just because it's so big, I guess, that it won't be affected by it. So I'm going to ignore that. So it's going to do 3 base damage plus 0. So it's doing 3 damage onto the Sparrow. Let's see what the modifier gets. Now, he's not got advantage. Nope, not advantage. Not disadvantage. So let's give that a shuffle and see what we get. Oh, wow. Did not want to see that. 6 damage. Oh my god, it's almost dead. Okay, this is a bit hard. Because this is very tough. Because if that targets everything within 4, there's not a lot I can do about it. Now I think you can... Oh, I better just check something a minute. I better just check you can get line of sight for a nebula. I think you can. Yellow border. I need to look up terrain. Sorry about this. We do need to make sure we've got this correct. So what we're looking for is terrain, which is not there. Oh, where is it? No. No, that's a bit bizarre because we've got terrain here, but it doesn't tell you about terrain. Ah, here we go. Line of sight. Right. Ships can fire into asteroids and nebula, but not through them. Oh. Okay. Hang on. We're alright. We're okay. Line of sight established. Drawing a line from the front center of the firing ship to the target. Right. That's really important. So, if we take it from here, go into here, it passes through this nebula space. Therefore, it does not attack. Now, where was it? Because we've got to enable it to get the advantage. Yeah, I mean, if it went like this, it's going like this, which is even worse. So, no, it literally does that. It can't do this, obviously, because it won't shoot. So that would be silly. So it is good. It is where it is. But it doesn't target me. So, what, in fairness, I know what's coming up. It's a ×2 modifier. It's allowed to have that because I believe... No, it's not going to reach. Interesting. So we save a turn. It doesn't take the 6 health. This is good because the synthetic fight is going to attack me with a double. So I'm going to get the beast damage. So first of all, 1 up. Won't rotate because in front arc. Doesn't attack. Doesn't attack because he's 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away, not 4. And that's the cruiser's done. Right, what's the synthetic doing against us? Wowzers. Okay. Well, first of all, he's going to attack me. He's disadvantaged. Oh, he's got hack too. Horrible. Hate this hacking. So all they have to do to apply an effect onto a ship, you just need to be able to target them. You don't have to do damage, which is different to other games. So he's just going to hit me for 2 base damage with disadvantage. We know ×2's in there, but we're going to hopefully have something a bit worse than that. And then we're going to deal the damage and take the stress. So we know it's ×2. Oh, and a +1. So we're going to take the +1, of course. So it's 3 damage. 2 base damage +1 is 3 damage. So bye-bye shields, bye-bye hull. And +1 stress. Pretty brutal, but because it's been drawn, you see down the if I bring this icon here, it means we need to shuffle back up the deck, which is really unfortunate because they are 2 really strong cards. but it is what it is. Right, okay, that's the AI's turn done, and that is round 1 finished. Turn 2, right. The Sparrow's in danger next turn, but I really need to take out this guy here. Now, I could flip around and then just start flying forward twice and really get back into the fray. I think that's going to be my play. Now, the only thing I need to do now, of course, is he gets rid of target lock and radar jam, because it's the end of his activation. Okay, let's see what we get. Nice. Pretty happy with that. I think we're probably going to do because I can't target lock these, I'm probably going to spend my last target lock. In fact, exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to spend my last target lock, and that is now done. Let's flip it over. Because you can't use these to stop damage. Apparently. That's what was said in the chat. Let's double check that a minute. I believe that's true. So it's probably not going to be in... Well, it might be. Be an enemy action. Here we go. Move. Pilot damage. Here we go. Pilot damage. Hold of the player board to mark them. Anytime it takes pilot ship takes damage, they may choose to completely ignore the attack, including its effect, by damaging a weapon or engine upgrade. There we go. So it is 100% true. Now it just says before it takes damage. I presume damage is when it takes hull damage, not... Maybe not. First take it as shield, and then take it to the hull. Right, so damage is also shields as well, and I need to remember that because I'm not too fussed now. I'm happy with what happened. I'm not going to use up these yet. Right, so anyway, sorry. So I've target locked. We're going to hopefully take out this this last one. That's going to be the key. No. So let's just spend a normal action. We're hitting for 2 base, which is enough to take it out. We've got advantage. We're drawing 2 cards. We got rid of a negative, which is good. I think we're all good. Yeah, I think we're all good. Or I could save that, but what's the point? Yeah, what's the point? Right, let's hit. Here we go. We just need a 0. Oh, well, ×2 will do the job. And a 0. So we're going to shuffle these all back because I've got the ×2. And we easily destroyed the synthetic fighter. Bang. Very, very nice. That's good. That's good. But now we need to get back here and defend as best as we can. Now, it is a cruiser, unfortunately, but hey-ho. So let's start by rotating. Now what I could have done is spent my last 3 dice to do this. Taken away the stress, resupplied my proton blast, and increased my hull back up to 8. But I'm worried about the Sparrow, to be honest, because I can just lose the game by losing that Sparrow. So I think it's better to get into position. Close to... whoops, not that one. And block off this guy to hit my Sparrow. Now I might be getting the hit even more, but you know I've got to put myself in harm's way first. So that's my play. So we don't have to worry about the synthetic fighters; they've all finished. Right. So you ready? Let's see what they're going to do. Oh, it's only 1 target. That's a good thing, but stuff's going to happen. Right. Starting with this cruiser over here. And it did... Oh, I just need to check something. It did say, if I remember rightly... Only shoots the same type. Begin with the enemy that has the highest starting hull. There we go. So so the first one it's not always number one that will be starting first. It does depend on their hull, but hull is not going to happen. Right, number one is going to start first. It's going to rotate and hit it 3, 4, and 2. So it's missing at the moment. So it's definitely going to move forward 1. It's still missing. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And if it does this, it can't shoot through thingy. So I think it just stays there. So it rotated, couldn't attack. Then it moved forward to move, which is just forward once. Big cruiser, I suppose. Then it can rotate and attack, and it can't get a valid target. So that one whiffs. That's good. This one will not whiff. Can it attack? Yes, it can. Right inside of its trajectory. So it's going to attack with a 3 + 1 is a 4 damage attack with 2 effects. The first one's going to be. Let's have a little look. So the first one's going to be this one, which is hull breach. If the target has 0 shield, they heal this breach and they receive 1 hull damage, which is going to happen at the beginning of their next action phase. Remove hull breach anytime the target is repaired. So that's going to be a consistent damage. And the other one is a push. It's going to push me. Target's pushed away from ship. And it's just a push 1. Because if we have a look at the card, there is no number in the push. Right. Now it's not advantage, not disadvantage, so it's going to be 1 card. So as I said, 4 at the moment. 5 damage. Oh, do I take this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes me to 1 health. But the problem is, I have to destroy one of my things to stop that damage because of hull breach. Because if he hull breached me, I would get hull breach, which meant at the start of my activation, I take a point of hull damage and I die. So I have no choice. Now the question is, what do I get rid of? I'm going to get rid of burn and flip. So that is getting flipped. Now what that does mean is that I ignore the push as well. So I ignore hull breach, I ignore push, as it says in the rules. If you remember, let me just make sure I've got that correctly. Yep. Ignore the attack, including its effect, by damaging your weapon or thing. So we are 100% doing that to save ourselves as best as we can. Right, which means that's their 2 goes over. So we move up to... Oh, hang on, it moves first. It moves first. Don't forget, once it's attacked, it moves. Okay, so we're on to round 3. I've still got 2 rounds to do it. I think it's time to... I've just got rid of burn and flip, and I could have got an advantage on him. And started pounding on them. But I think giving him the disadvantage for the next turn is probably more beneficial than worrying about the advantage and stuff. I think. I don't know. Right. Okay, cool. My go. So round 3. Let's see. This is going to be tough. Having read that ahead, see if the sparrow could be targeted. It's not going to get easier either. 2 wilds, a move, and an attack with a stress. Now stress is not so bad at the moment, so I'm actually thinking of just attacking with this. Sorry. Just to make sure I give them the disadvantage for the next turn, because I think that's their attacks are just so big. I might chuck in this for good measure. Lose a health. That'll be 3 dice. I don't know. Or do I heal up and give my Proton Blast another supply? Or just attack it with 1 stress? Yes, that makes more sense. Yeah, I'm not going to use this. So what we're going to do is we're going to hull breach. We're going to repair. Am I repairing first or second? Now I might as well attack first. So attack first. So we're just normal attacking this one here with 1 card. Here we go. Nice. For 3 damage with this. Can it be radar jammed? Yes, it can be radar jammed, can't they? So this was number 2. I just read that. It says number 3, but never mind. So it's got disadvantage. That's really important. I can radar jam it, and I did 3 damage. So I take the shields down to 1. So I've done something to him. Then I'm going to spend these 3 cubes into here. Now the beauty of doing this is that as soon as I allocate stress dice, I increase my stress by 1. But as you'll see, on the thing, I'm going to gain 3. I can only gain 2. I'm going to resupply this. So this went off, and now it's going back on. And I get rid of my stress. And that is me done. So, here we go. So this one here, again, will need to get center to the center. Yeah, it's still going through this nebula, so it's not gonna rotate and attack. It's gonna have to move first. He's still gonna be able to do it. So moving forward to rotating to, so just to here, and then, oh, hang on, 3 range. I'm just outside range, thank God. So he's going to attack the sparrow, which is not good, with a -1 modifier, and with an effect, which is stun, isn't it? Which means, that's fine, cannot attack. So this is quite nice. I mean, the problem is I'm not going to be able to attack either, because he's just going to hit me now. No, he's not. He's going to move forward 2 and then hit us both, because it can hit 2 targets, and they always play the advantage. Right, alright. Well, does it? No, I don't think it does. 1, 2, 3. No, because if we read it, it can attack, so it will attack. So I think if it can move in the move section, if it can get to an advantageous situation, it does. But I'm going to say that it doesn't because it's going to rotate. Anyway, let's carry on with the number 1. So number 1 is going to attack the sparrow with -1. So that's 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 damage onto the sparrow. It has no shields, of course. So that takes it down to 6. And it stuns, which does nothing to it. This one, however, will stay where it is, attack me with disadvantage. So it's on 2 at the moment. It either goes down to 1 or -1. So it's going to go down to. I'm going to take 1 damage, which is absolutely fine. I have no shields, of course, but unfortunately, I am stunned, which means I won't be able to attack the next turn. It's not huge, but it's not huge. Now it does move forward too, of course, because we mustn't forget to do this afterwards. Cool. Right, round 4, here it is. I've just got to get to the end of this round, and then we continue the story. So let's see what I'm going to roll first, and then decide what I'm going to do with it all. I'm probably going to do self-sacrifice, and probably heal again. I'm quite happy with my positioning. There's not much else I can do. Oof. Oof. Well, that's disappointing. That's very disappointing. Well, that's fine. It's fine. It's still okay. It's still okay. I'm going to use self-sacrifice. So that gets rid of that. And what self-sacrifice does, let's flip that, is bolsters me. So I'm going to grab this, put that into my deck. Shuffle the deck. Now, I don't think I reshuffle my deck, do I? Nope. Just put it in. Obviously, shuffle it up. Then I take a whole point of damage, but that's fine because I'm going to put 3 dice into here. Oh, but I'm... Oh. Ah! Or do I? No, I'm going to take a stress to re-roll these 2 dice. Nice, perfect, perfect. So I got 1 dice I can rotate with to stop myself from getting absolutely destroyed, and then the 3 dice to do the heal action again. Why not? Chupum, chupum, chupum. So that means that goes back to full. That goes back down to 0, and let's. Do I want this? Do I want this? I shouldn't have flipped these because I could get them back. Do I want self-sacrifice or do I want proton blast? Probably proton blast. Let's increase that by 1. Okay, that's the end of my activation. So that's stun disappears, and then it's back over to their final turn. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Oh, this is going to be so brutal because that is going to be that one again. Right, okay. Starting with the one with the most hull, which is still going to be number 1. It's to right, so it's attacking this, which is fine because I am the. Am I the target? Yes, I'm the target anyway. The sparrow's not the target. I'm the target, so it can hit me where it is because I am 4 away. Oh no, not I'm here. I'm still 3 and 1, which is 3 and 1. So I'm still targeted. So stay where it is. It's going to hit me for 1, so 3, 4, plus whatever the deck gives us. Remember, this guy is now not disadvantaged. So yeah, so this guy's going to attack me for 4 with hull breach. No, with stun and with push. Oh moly! So, so 8 damage. So bye bye. Unfortunately, bye bye proton blast. That has now been destroyed. Oh wow, that's just happened. Wow, and I've just put all the supply up for that one. But I don't take the stun, and I don't take the push. However, and this is a big however. 1, 2, kapow! He is hitting me again because I still have the highest. Brutal. Hang on. Oh, I was just going to say, he nearly had the advantage on me as well. Not from there, because this row of hexes going along here. Wow. Right. 4 damage. And I can't do anything about that. So 4 damage takes me down to 4. I am stunned. And I am pushed. Fortunately, not into the nebula. What happens if you have no shield and you're thrown into a nebula? Let's have a read. That I don't know. Oh, there was. So each time the ship gains a stun combat if their shield is at 0. Oh, this is brutal. But that was brutal. But we are now at the end of round 4, so we need to read story part 2. We've made it to the end of the story part 1. For every fighter you take down, there seem to be 2 more taking its place. They're everywhere, and your defense is starting to buckle under the continuous onslaught. Sol's voice crackles over the comm, missing his usual cheeky tone. Instead of full urgency and panic. Pilots, you've got to buy us a little more time. Grease and her team have nearly got the warp engines back online. At this rate, you're not sure if you can hold up for a little more time. No, I really don't think I can. You reform up with your flight wing and bank hard across the enemy sights. Perhaps you can drag their fire further from the Sparrow. They seem to be taking the bait and chasing you, but then you see it warp in. The vast ship that destroyed Medelia. Some of the crew have started referring to it as the Titan. That may describe its immense size, but nothing conveys its terror like the ball of fear tightening in your stomach. Waves of fighters begin to spill from hangar bays dotted across the Titan's surface. giving the Sparrow a little more time. Just got a lot harder. Bye me. Spawn the Synthetic Titan on A. So first of all, we're getting the Titan. Oh wow! And you know what? I haven't gone for the models, the bad miniature, the enemy miniature pack. Mainly because I don't want to have to paint them all up, and the standees looked great, you know. So I still don't think it's bad, but man, seeing this will be awesome. So maybe that was the wrong choice. Right, so let's grab a load of stuff. 10 times the number of pilots, so we're going to need to put that on 10, and that one on 0. I'm really happy about these tracks. I'm so glad they changed them. This was so good. And then 6 for the thing. Okay, and attacks for 6. It's immune to push, pull, radar jam, stun, and slow. Eek! Right, let's grab the miniature, the standee, sorry, or the token, and that spawns on A. Boom, 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 boom. That's not good at all. I don't want to do that. Right, okay. Synthetic Titan only targets the Sparrow. Synthetic Titan's attack can still affect other techs, so it's going to be doing like these bombards and stuff like that. The bad news is, I think I've got 4 hull. The Sparrow's now got 6, so it's now the target for everything. I will do obviously a heal action, I think, and just run around. I'm not going to try and take anything out. It's going to be impossible. Objective: keep the Sparrow alive for 6 more rounds. Right, I'm failing. There's, in fact, right, okay. I think there's a mistake on this scenario, which is a bit of a shame because we're not going to know how this works. For 6 more rounds, we've got to last until. Well, now we're in 5. We've got to last until round. So I'm going to put a cube on 11. So why didn't it just say last until round 11? What's the point of saying lasting for 6 rounds more? I don't get that. So I'm also going to put a. There was green cubes or blue cubes or something. I think we got red and black cubes. I'm going to put a black cube on 4 to denote that that's when story 2 happened. Okay, right. Okay. So let's roll our dice and have a little think. I mean, I could go for this. I'm gonna have to do something. Oh, this is brutal. This is brutal. I've got no special attack. Oh wow. I'm gonna kind of need to heal to try and last. That's a great roll. Wow, that's a fantastic roll. So he's right in my range. This is tough. This is real tough. I got rid of a +1, so I've got rid of a decent card here. There is a ×2 modifier in there, which is nice. So do we attack, and then heal, and then stay where I am? Oh. If I heal, it'll take me up to 6, which, to be honest, is just closest. So I will take number 2's attack from him. But as you'll be aware, this big Titan is going to attack first of all. I can't take out the Titan, of course. I haven't got flip and burn, so I couldn't go behind this and get the advantage. I could jump over it, but that again won't make. There's no point. With 3 movement dice, I could get behind him. I could move this way, and rotate. Is that a better play, or do I think I need to heal because I've got nothing else to get rid of to take the brunt. So I'm going to have to spend these 3 dice to to heal up, and then these 2 to attack. So let's do the attack first. So we're drawing 1 card. We're doing 2 plus 1 is 3. That was good. So 3. It takes its last shield and 2 of its hull. So it's down to 6. I attacked it. I'm happy. I attacked it. That was all I want to do. And now I'm going to have to heal. I'm going to have to heal. I haven't got a choice. So they're going there to give me those 2. Oh, it's looking bad. I was stunned. I was stunned anyway. I couldn't do that anyway. So I won't use 2 movements. Oh, I'm stunned. You're kidding me. So that's got to go back on top. Oh, that's so rubbish. Forgot I was stunned. So I guess I'm going to go round to the back of him. So I'm going to use those 3. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to move. I'm going to do this twice, and then heal up. So I'm going to do that, and then that. Now the point being, he won't be able to attack me. Well, he'll have to try and attack me. Sorry. But if he's got like a area effect attack, number 1's probably going to attack me as well. This could be pretty bad. Let's see what happens anyway before we do anything. So we've done our turn. Are you ready? Here we go. So a range of 2. Oh no! Oh no! Bye bye, Sparrow. No, he misses. He misses. Oh my god, that's so lucky because it's got a range of 2, infinite targets, but range of 2. So obviously not here, and then it can only move forward 1. It's a big hulking mass, and there's nothing within 2. It misses for this particular turn, so I've just done the movement action. Right, Synthetic Cruiser. It's doing a bit of a ranged attack. I thought it might. Oh man, disadvantage and stun. Oh fun! Oh fun! Right, so this one first. 1, 2, 3, 4. It can attack, and it can attack the Sparrow. But if you read now, this is the important thing. They're not all identical. Read its thing. This is going to be brutal. It's going to move forward 1. Don't know why it just did that rotation. We are now 1 target can be either this or this. If we are joint on hull points, which we are, it goes for the closest ship. So it's attacking the Sparrow for 0, which means 3. Remember their base attack value is 3. And not advantage, nope. Oh, and a miss. Ooh, and that's got the shuffle icon on it as well. That was lucky. Sparrow gets away. 2. Rotates. Moves forward and attacks me for 3. And this is going to disadvantage me and stun me. For 3... I think that's stun anyway. 3... sorry. I'm not paying attention here. 3, 4. Hits me for 4 and there's nothing I can do about that, so it takes me down to 2. I am now... no, it wasn't stun. I'm now hull breached and disadvantaged. Ooly dooly. Okie dokie. But we survive another round. Only 5 more to go. Oh dear. This is a fail. This is such a fail. I guess I just heal again. It's heal 3, isn't it? It's sorry, it was heal 3. It was heal 3. It was heal 3, you silly boy. So 1, 2. So 1, I should have been on here because I was on 6. I should have been on 7. This is good. This is good. So actually, the first one, this one attacked me because I had more hull. It missed. We saw from the deck, so that would have changed, and so nothing would have changed. We are still good. Right. Okay. Where's my other dice? Okay. Okay. The healing's better than I thought, so that's good. And that again is a great roll. Oh, thank God. Now I am not stunned, but I am hull breached. So I'm going to take this straight away until I repair, which I'm going to obviously do. Where am I looking? I'm actually on his back arc, but I'd have to rotate to attack him. We're going to have to heal. That's just a given. I don't know why I got rid of a wild. Obviously, I'll keep the 2 wilds and I'll spend those 3. So that's going to put that hull up to 6. No, that's 5. Sorry, up to 5. And resupply. Let's resupply self-sacrifice, as the others are pointless. Now, I have got targeting computer. I've got to remember that as well. So if I, oh man. I need to rotate. This doesn't go. There we go. I need to rotate. If I do this, 1, 2, 3, and now he's then I'm just going to attack for 1 with the advantage though. 1 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage to the thing. Now that actually works. Oh no! Stop! I gain the advantage, but I lose the advantage because I've got radar jam. I completely forgot. So if you look at radar jam. Disadvantage on attacks until the next action phase. So the idea is that if you get 1 advantage and 1 disadvantage, they cancel each other out, which is exactly what happened there. But it still is 2 damage. So let's put 2 damage onto this. So that's 1 damage onto the shield, and we take it down to 7. We did something. Yes. And we are in a good facing position, but that's all that she wrote. I've got 5 health remaining. It's got 6. Uh-oh. 1, 2. Right. So this is following the same, a kind of similar trajectory as before. So, 0, 3 targets, 2 range. So, 2 range, it's still not in range. So it's going to have to move first. Kaplonk. Now it is in range. Obviously, you can get line of sight through your ships. This is again. This is stun, I think. Oh, good point. I've completely forgot. I'm now not hull breach because I repaired, and I'm also not radar jammed because it was the end of my session. Right, so it's attacking the Sparrow for 0 per with 6. You're joking me. This is tough. How's that? The problem with this, the problem with this scenario is it's not balanced at all for player count. Because 1 player, you get these 3. 2 player, look at 2 player, get 2 elites. 3 player, you just get an extra elite. 4 player, you just get an extra elite. So 3 and 4 players, this is so much easier because you're still spawning exactly the same. Yeah, you're still spawning a Titan. This is really, really tough in solo. I think it'll be even tougher in 2 player. Or easily as tough. Yeah, this is going to be really... I mean, basically, it's attacking the Sparrow with 6 damage. 6 damage. But first of all, spawn 1 regular synthetic fighter. Have we got a piece in the rulebook about spawning? Because I don't know... Oops. I don't know. Spawning. When an enemy spawn ability performs spawn written, spawn will produce an enemy adjacent to the ship that performed the action. Rotate to feast and the spawn ships will complete enemy setup as normal. If there are no available ships on the enemy boards, the ships do not spawn. Spawn ships do not act in the round they are spawned. Okay, at least it's that. So, in the best advantageous position, I would presume. And what was it? Synthetic fighter, yeah? Yep, so I can just use this guy again. So it's going to go here. I guess I'll go here facing this one because it's because that's still the target, the priority target. Wowzers, this is not good. This is really, really not good. 6 and 4. Oh no, 6 and 2, isn't it? 6 and 2. Okay, right. So it spawned, now attacks. So basically, if he gets a 0, the sparrow is destroyed. I get -1. What is the chances? So it's on 1 health. 6 minus 1 is 5. What's that effect? I don't think it matters for this purposes. Stunned again, so no, we can ignore that. Well, that's the Titans go, but now we've got the Cruiser, which are both going to try and attack me. Starting with number 1. So, oh wow, it's attacking multiple targets, and I think it can probably move forward to the right, and then forward. So it's going to go to here. Oh, this is brutal. I'm dead. Oh, maybe not. It can only rotate. Right. We got to think this through. It's facing the correct way. Actually, is it? I think it's. Hang on. I've got to make sure I get this right because I don't want to get this wrong again. So targeting. Before enemies will always target the nearest pirate ship. Oh, sorry. Right, it's the nearest first. Right, I got that wrong already. So it's the nearest first, and then it's if that's tied, it's always on thing. So it's targeting this. So bump, rotates. Oh no, it doesn't. It stays there so it can attack. Because if you look at the attack, it's not the usual attack. So it stays here and it attacks like this. Now it is infinite number, but it's going to do that. Because it's rotate and an attack if it can. If it can move, it would move to here, and then it would attack both of us. Just to point out. No, it wouldn't, would it? No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't, because it'd be facing wrong. So attacking the sparrow with 1. The sparrow has 1 health left. This is so hard, and it's attacking for 3 base with hull breach. I don't know if the sparrow can take. I'll have to read the rules. Right, anyway, it basically needs a miss, because even a -2, yeah, it needs a miss. Oh. And that is destroyed. So the sparrow gets blown up. That I would say that's bordering on the realms of impossible. Why they've got so many? Surely for 1 player you would have 1 of these, 1 of these. 2 players, you have 1 of these, 2 of these. 3 player, you can chuck in the 4th one. Well, maybe not, because look at that for 2 player. That is ridiculous. 2 elites as well. But it doesn't ramp, if you see what I mean. Especially with part 2. Part 2 is nigh on impossible. Oh, unless you're meant to lose. No. So again, this conclusion doesn't have it a success or failure. So read the conclusion for success and failure. Anyway, let's read it and see what it says. Your veins are full of anger and fire, and your enemy fighters are destroyed, one by one. There are shouts of encouragement over the comm from your fellow pilots as you push back hard. However, they just keep coming, wave after wave. It's simply too much to handle. Oh, I need to. In every direction you look, you can see the enemy picking off your fellow pilots, their signals vanishing from your readout on the cold flicker. Pilots, shouts Sol over the comms. Fall back now! Greece has the warp engines powered up. Let's get out of here! You put all power into your engines and make a beeline for the docking bay. Fighters explode to your sides, being picked off as they retreat. Finally, what is left of your flight groups screams into the docking bay, scraping your wings against the floor of the hangar as you all slide to a halt. Shots and explosions pummel the Sparrow, which is already on the move again. The view through the hangar's force field turns and rotates as the Sparrow banks away from the enemy. For a brief moment, Chosek comes into view before it's replaced by a stream of light as the Sparrow punches up to warp speed. The next thing you are aware of is friendly arms carrying you from the cockpit and helping you back to your quarters. So we gain a trauma. So I think no matter what happens, you're going to gain a trauma. So it's success or failure, this happens. Oh, okay. So maybe this conclusion is for success and failure. Read the conclusion for success and failure. I don't know. I don't know. I'll put it in the feedback form. I didn't keep it for 3 more turns, unfortunately. It lasted for 1 turn after. So I don't gain these pilot skill, and I don't go to scenario 10. So what actually does happen? Don't know. Is this the last scenario? This is the last. Okay, we'll just finish this off then. So we'd gain a trauma anyway. So what would happen normally is you would draw on here. Trauma, and then let's see, have we got the trauma cards? Because if we go to here, trauma cards. So where are the trauma cards? Trauma. Where are you? Just to get the idea of what this does. No, I don't think there's any trauma cards. Nope. Ship abilities. Sparrow. Tech, engine, weapon. They're the 2 I got rid of. Unfortunately, there's no trauma. Oh, there they are. There are trauma cards. Right. Da-dum. Let's see what happens. He's got me. I don't know why it's. Oh, because it's 60 degrees, isn't it? Right. The enemy closest to your ship is now advantaged against you for the remainder of the scenario. Okay. That does nothing then. But we do mark off a trauma because obviously I'm guessing if you take 5 you are out of the game and you lose. That pilot doesn't tell me, but I presume so. Each one. Resolve trauma cards in the drawn form. So this is what trigger. This is what trigger happens. I presume once I get a trauma, I just mark it off, rather than the trauma card. I don't think you play it. You only draw. Okay. You only draw trauma cards. I get you. So no, that's why that didn't make sense. So you only draw trauma cards when you are triggered. So that doesn't actually. Computers. That doesn't. You don't actually draw that. You just mark off on your board. So now when I do get triggered, my trauma is already at 1. So that's going to do more damage. Okay, that makes more sense. So we're not going to ignore this and carry on the story because I don't really understand. Requiem for Medelia. The pilot's debriefing was scheduled only a few hours after your escape from the Titan. Most of the pilots took the opportunity to find their rooms, clean up and sleep if they could. Looking around the briefing room, most of the faces you see are still tired with bleary eyes. The door slides open and in walks Captain Soma with Sol in tow, dragging a small container behind them. Rather than addressing the group from the front podium, Soma continues past it, heading straight to your group of pilots. She grabs a chair and sits down with you all. You exchange nervous looks with your fellow pilots. Still, before anyone can work out what is going on, Soma reaches into the container, pulls out cold drinks and starts passing them around. Pilots, you may survive more days like that, but they won't get any worse than that. There's an awkward silence. You look down at an unexpected drink in your hand, then back at Soma, who is already taking her first sip from the bowl. A brief cough comes from Sol, standing to her side, and Soma quickly adds, "Oh, yes. You've all graduated, by the way. As far as I'm concerned, if you're still here, you've earned it." A little smile creeps in at the corners of her mouth, and Sol chuckles at your reaction. "Congratulations, pilots!" "Ma'am," one of the other pilots puts forward a question. "How can Rathans still be around? I thought you had just about wiped them all out." A shadow passes over Soma's face. "I don't know how, but let's save the problems for tomorrow." She forces a smile. It takes a few moments for the ice to fully break. Still, once the congratulations and celebrations between all the pilots start, they quickly gather steam. Within a few minutes, there are hugs, tears, and laughter all round. Captain Soma raises her hand to get your attention. "Enjoy yourselves, pilots. These moments can be a few and far between. We're on our way to the Yurs to regroup and rebuild the Alliance." She looked down uncertainly. "We'll tackle who came after us tomorrow. But for now, let's savour the small victories." With that, she hands out another round of drinks, and you all clink the bottles to gather in celebration. So, civilian rescue, yes. Co-pilot Anetiyayi. Ash's medallion, yes. Wisdom. Oh, right, okay, cool. So, let's just see what we're going with this. So, we would get a co-pilot for a civilian rescue, because I'm pretty sure I got civilian rescue. I remember doing it. Yep, so civilian rescue. So this is where these things all trigger together. So that was a lot harder. Co-pilot TP. So I presume, is this in Sparrows? Oh no, these are. Okay, so where do you get these co-pilots? And what is a co-pilot? I don't understand. Which is really cool, but what am I doing? I was just going to search. Just make sure they're not in here. Because I would have... No. Okay. Co-pilot. Co-pilots. And again, I don't think there's co-pilots in this mod. But you would get co-pilot, effectively. Do I fill it in here? And what I think co-pilots do is they give you a bonus to your action, as it were. Now I don't know if there's anything about co-pilots in here. I don't think so, because I think it's something they're working on, or certainly not given us. Co-pilot. It might be in here. Pilots, ship upgrade, Sparrows, scout, no. Oops. Which is cool, because there's something to... using pilots as co-pilots. Players can choose to use any of the gain inactive pilots as co-pilots. Players can use the level 1 pilot ability to unlock a pilot as a co-pilot ability. New pilots ships can be unlocked with Stars of Akarios. Players can choose between pilots and ships at any time they're in Sparrow. Each pilot ship's threats and they have their own unique pilot progression. Okay. Obviously, the starting 4 characters cannot be used as co-pilots. So I don't know. None of these are called what the name of the co-pilot in here saying this Anayali Itil. Anyway, we get pilot skill, Wisdom of Cowardice. I don't think we did anything to do with Wisdom of Cowardice, did we? No, we didn't do Wisdom of Cowardice. But we would have got our get rid of our -2 from the deck. We'd also have to get rid of, obviously, the so we can get rid of this, and we also have to get rid of the ×2 bolster. So this is what you would do if there was more of the game. So that would go down here. That would go back here. And Wisdom of Chaos now. Go to scenario 11. Dr. Zane. That's fine. The starship's vast bridge is shrouded in darkness, with only a dim glow from the many consoles and displays. There are just 3 figures in the otherwise empty space. 2 of them stand with almost motionless poses, while the third figure sits in a high-backed chair, slightly hunched forward. The furthest towards the forward of the group stands below a wide bank of monitors. It stands with its hands folded back on a hinge. The exposed forearm reveals a variety of snaking cables emerging directly into the dashboard. The android turns away from the readouts, addressing the 2 individuals at the rear of the bridge in a synthesized voice. Scanners indicate medallion ship has achieved warp trapping lost. The second figure stands slightly in front of the chair, regarding the monitors closely. Her features are much more human, but when she moves, she does so with stiff and erect posture of an android. She turns her attention to the seated individual. Her voice is very close to human, but still in a slight modulation that can betrays her synthetic nature. We've taken everything from them, Doctor. It is necessary to pursue this one ship to the ends of the universe. Although the seated man appears bent and tired, his eyes glint with a grim determination. His wiry knuckles whiten as he grips the arm of the chair in frustration, and his expression turns to one of simmering anger. He is clearly very human. His response is terse and quiet. Don't ask questions you know the answer to. That is the Sparrow. Soma is on that ship. We will pursue it until there is nothing left of it. Wow, and that's the prologue. So we've got more rewards. So Dr. Zane he's kind of like torturing this. I can only presume one of Captain Soma's colleagues, I guess. I don't know. But so we get Akarios Academy, pilot skill, and 10 credits. So let's get the 10 credits on, which takes me to 40. And then the pilot skill and Akarios Academy. So Akarios Academy and a pilot skill, and I have to go here because, as you can see, we've got 2 lines coming up to this next one. So this will be a ship upgrade. A ship upgrade? Is that what that is? Well, you can increase one of these, I presume that means. So either interesting. Yeah, it looks like it. So either hull or shield. Hull or shield. So I can move hull or shield, and then I continue going across. So I think shields are the no. Yeah, no, I think shields are the way forward. You can presume the maximum is 10, right? Or it wouldn't say 10. So that's it. That's the prologue finished. Hopefully I picked up on most of the rules and doing it correctly in that particular scenario playthrough. Remembering the solo +2 hull. That was ridiculously hard, and we don't know how this works. Whether failure means complete failure, and you don't, and you have to redo it. I mean, just looking at. Yeah, and this is just saying what you have to do. That's the upgrade, ship upgrade. That's not wanted. Now, does it say here? Achievements. Just seeing if it says. I'm just wondering if a standard thing, if you fail a scenario, is you have to redo it. And if you have to redo it, that doesn't. Although I don't think it does, because that doesn't tie in with the game. No, I'm going to say that's the way it works. So this is scenario setup. Yeah, I'm going to say that's the way it works. That it should, and that's why it's got the red square over a rectangle around it. It's because it's in edit mode at the moment. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. That was so much fun, and I'm buzzing for this game. I'm absolutely buzzing. I think it's just so good. I really enjoyed the world exploration in video 3. Chossack Moon, that was really cool. It needs some stuff on the TableTop Simulator mod just for this prologue, just to make it work a little bit better, and I'll be filling in a couple of things linked to the feedback form, including the difficulty of ramp up, because this is the bigger thing about this particular scenario. I understand it's like you're meant to be right on the edge, pretty much guaranteed to lose, but if you're playing 4 players, this is remarkably easier compared to the other player counts. Number one, there's not like a 4. Well, there's one. There's one elite synthetic fighter extra. That's it. Then you've got a synthetic titan coming into play. I would argue this is probably hardest at 2-player count, but because there's one synthetic titan coming in, which is kind of like, I was doing fine until, well, not fine, but I was doing okay until that synthetic fighter came in, and then I had no chance, absolutely no chance, because it's 1 against 1. So I was always going to be destroyed, or the sparrow was going to be destroyed. So yeah, I don't know. I feel that's very, very tough, and I don't know if it's been balanced for player count. But yeah, hey ho, we will put that into the feedback form, and you guys try it out. Get onto the TableTop Simulator mod. Try out Stars of Akarios for yourself. Try it with different player counts and everything else. The next thing I will be looking to do is I did a player versus player PvP rule set, if you like, with scenarios. I'm going to be using this TableTop Simulator mod to make it even better, to be able to test it and try out some different things. So keep an eye out for that, especially considering we've got new ships and new pilots, which is going to be awesome. So we can that would be perfect for PvP. Cool. Okay, so until next time, keep gaming.